to the Craig and Tizz Show.
It's rearmed to the Master Craig and Tizz Show.
You say,
we are here, unfortunately, or fortunately for some people. It depends how fortunate you are,
or unfortunate,
or
anyway,
unfortunate.
As they say on Stingray, stand by for action.
Just stand by.
Well, I guess it is time for action. Anything can happen in the next 2 hours.
Anything could happen, even the things that don't.
2 hours. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But don't worry because,
there's a thing that is happening or isn't happening, and I don't know why it isn't or is.
That gives me like two different options. Either it is happening or it is not happening.
Well, I mean, that's a problem, isn't it?
Okay, well, you can look at that, and I'll talk to the people. I want you guys to understand how much pressure.
2 hours.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. There we are.
Yeah,
wow,
that was horrible, wasn't it?
Wow, that was really strange.
We didn't really want that to happen, but it happened.
But it happened anyway.
We had such a professional start to the show last week that it just had to all go to pot this week, just so we didn't force people into thinking that we were on a roll.
Look, if we started getting professional, people would start expecting it every week, and that would just ruin the whole vibe of the show, right?
Sure wouldn't.
I mean, come on. If we started getting slick, like have to wear a suit, and hey, you groovy kids, how's it going this week on the Craig and Tizz Show? No, we're not going to do all that garbage.
But you can do the voice.
I can. People always tell me I have a great voice for radio, which is dumb because this really isn't radio.
People only say I've got the face for radio, and now we're doing it live, which is probably why no one wants to come and watch. Now listen, we no want to watch you.
I hate that because you try to describe to people what we do, right? And they go, "So it's a podcast?" And I go, "Well, not really. So it's a radio show? Not really. It's a live stream radio show with a visitor input, maybe."
See, this is why years ago I got annoyed and almost got rid of the radio from XRP Radio, and it was annoyingly at the exact same time that Ripple company made the XRP cryptocurrency, and they stole it from me just at the time that I wanted to make it happen, which was annoying. But then I thought we need a new word because it's not telly, it's not TV, it's not radio, it's not FM, it's not DAB, it's not really live streaming as such. So I come up with an SIB, a socially interactive broadcast.
I like that.
I like that too. I like that too.
It's also a song by Devo called SIB, which stood for Swelling Itching Brain. That's what I'd like to know. So
we can do both?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
It was on their second album, I think, but that's neither here nor there.
Someone, I can't remember who it was now, but someone goes, "What does that mean? Son in a bitch?" What do you mean?
Son in a bitch, yeah.
Not son of a bitch, son in a bitch.
Oh, son in a bitch.
Yeah, that's right.
Somebody's last name if you're Italian. Son in a bitch.
Oh, son in a bitch.
Son in a bitch.
My name's Mario, son in a bitch.
Mario, son in a bitch. You know, great player. Great football player.
Are we being racist? I don't know.
I love NASCAR. That's one of my favorite. Of course, I'm a racist. I love NASCAR. Racing, NASCAR.
Yes. Very well done. Very well done.
Sorry, folks.
Today, we're not going to be talking about any of that whatsoever.
No, not one bit.
We're going to be talking about basically. Do you need a paper to
Here we go. Let's start rapping.
Right. Just you know what is so true. So before the start of the show, me and Craig were actually quite subdued, and we are both absolutely exhausted. We've done
We're
so
fried.
much stuff.
We're fried, man.
We're absolutely fried. Can barely keep our eyes open. And Craig was like, "Yeah, but as soon as the mics go live, we'll get slap happy and no one will notice." And that's exactly what has happened. Exactly.
Gonna be a great
Craig, you just went. Boom, boom, boom. Where did that even come from? Let's start rapping. Okay.
Take it, Tizz. Go.
Oh God.
2 hours of that.
Oh no! What we are going to talk about, honestly, is a good topic as well. Well, do you need? Can I say it this time? Do you need a piece of paper, a piece of paper, to make music? Is music college, music university, music whatever you do in an educational way, learning theory, music, and having that piece of paper that says you're a grade 8 musician, so much better than.
That wasn't what I meant.
Is that not what you meant?
No, what I meant was, are you a better musician if you can read music?
Oh,
I
thought
the topic.
No, that I expanded it.
Paper.
I expanded it a little bit.
You did. Nice job. I mean,
still kind of means the same thing anyway.
Yeah, because I've known guys that could read that couldn't play a lick, and then I've known guys that couldn't read that were amazing.
I was going to say, is that much better than playing by ear, learning by hand? That doesn't sound right. Or just muddling your way through it with a guitar and a CD and learning that way.
That's me.
I learned a lot of music. The first piece of music that I ever learned was is it All the Small Things by Blink-182? I think. Dun 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 dun, dun all the small things. Just,
that's that.
Nah.
That's what that is, huh? I didn't know that.
That's the first thing that I learned on bass, and I learned the guitar line.
God, you're young. God, I just learned it, and I was like, what, like 2 years ago?
No, I learned that. Yeah, when I was 15, sitting on the edge of my bed with my little bass amp.
I started learning stuff like that like in 1969. Back when there was Woodstock.
69, Lamau.
Yeah. That's when I started doing all that stuff. I took guitar lessons for about 6 months when I was in 3rd grade. And of course I quit practicing it and I forgot. I could read sheet music for about 3 months there, and then this is stupid. I don't need this. I just play by ear. You know.
I can. Hello, we are here. Oh, the mics are off. Oh, no, the mics are good on the live stream, but
but they can't hear us.
No, they could hear us. Well, people watching could hear us, but people listening could not hear us.
I mean, they missed all the great beatboxing.
They missed all the great beatboxing.
Oh man. Great.
Yes, we are. Good start. Good.
We got to replay the whole start of the show.
Well, no, that ironically, I think I know what happened. So I have to play the theme tune actually plays for our mic lines to get from A to B. Right. And my instinct, as soon as anything stops audio, is to turn on the mics. Where in this case, when the theme tune finished, because I had the mics live already, because they had to use the same channel, I've turned them off because my instinct said so.
Well, you gotta stop listening to your instincts. Apparently,
yeah. That was a bad move by me. But on the plus side, the mainstream got everything. The visual stream. If you're worried that you missed anything, if you've got some FOMO. For the first 11 minutes of the show, you can still go back and check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. I tend to watch the video stream more than I do the actual audio stream, I think, on these shows. I don't know why. Usually it's a DJ falling asleep or eating breakfast or supper or something or dinner or what. It's not too exciting, but it's something to look at.
It's to see all the inadequacies of me, and Craig's got fleas, by the way. If you were wondering why I'm itching,
I haven't shaved either. I'm kind of unkempt here. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, this is fine. It's fine.
Video unavailable. Hold on, record doesn't have video.
if you really want the video, you're just gonna have to go to YouTube, I think, because everything's just not working.
That's where I usually go, actually, for my video needs here at XRP.
Craig's got fleas, by the way. If you were
itching, there we go.
There's no way of me doing that.
There's no buffer there.
There is a video.
There's the link.
For some reason, the one on the site is being an asshat. And that's annoying because that is the YouTube video thing. So it's something to do with YouTubers being an asshat today.
Because I know Rec really wants to watch us because he wants to see what shirts we're wearing this week. He's very much up on our fashion.
I mean, I've copped out this week. I couldn't grab a band shirt today, so I'm in old-fashioned Tizz wear.
Well, I got my hair cut today, so I just wore this old Mario Kart shirt. So she got hair all over me. I wouldn't have to worry about it. So otherwise, I'd have my XRP gear on. Sorry.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of Mario Kart every now and then.
I mean, we're also we're partially a geek channel as well, so I think that's probably fitting.
Partially a channel. Aspirations.
Show. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a whole new channel of just video gaming on XRP. Wouldn't that be something?
We could call it Gaming Across the Pond.
I like that.
And all we'd probably play is Mario Kart.
No, it'll be called Gaming in a Kilt.
Why neither of us are going to wear a kilt?
You're going to have to. I don't have to. No. I'm not in Scotland, pal.
What's stupid thing to Minnesotans wear? Everywhere in the world's got one stupid thing to wear. It's either a stupid hat.
Do you know what lederhosen is?
Yes.
Yeah, probably that. We have a lot of Scandinavians, Norwegians, and Germans here, so yeah, it would be that.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, Wrecker can see us visually. Hello.
There's sorry you're having to double window it today.
Yeah, sorry, man. We don't want to inconvenience you.
We are an inconvenience. We're 15 minutes in. We've had 3 technical difficulties. We've stumbled our words. We're slap happy. Should we get on with the first piece of music and reconvene?
Well, I think that's a wonderful idea. Our first piece of music today, boys and girls, is a track called Share Your World from the Halez.
Oh, it's so much smoother when I cue the tracks up in advance.
You know what I think happened? You got home early and it messed everything up.
It wasn't even that early.
I think you know what's really funny? Usually when I'm talking to you on the stream, I can hear my voice coming back over the broadcast. I don't hear me. It's just weird. I mean, it's okay. It's not a big problem, but I know what I'm saying.
Can you hear music?
Oh, yeah, sure. That's fine. These new headphones have a lot more bottom on them. Boy. Now, this is the one brand new track. What I'm starting to do now is I play one brand new track and the rest are all old. So that way ALC doesn't yell at me.
Got a little Irish alternative.
Oh, I didn't hear that a bit. What?
These are an Irish alternative.
Ah. What is the alternative to Ireland?
Your land. See what I did there?
I just like alternative Irish. I didn't know.
The French, just because.
The French.
Yeah. I mean, they're all
an Irish alternative.
It's an alternative to Irish.
Okay.
It might not be a good alternative. No. They are A1.
But it is an alternative, nevertheless. I decided I'm not going to be happy with the success of our show until I know we have listeners in Svalbard.
In where?
Svalbard?
Oh,
it's an island in the North Sea, close to the North Pole. It's right outside of Sweden.
I mean, the people live on it.
Yes, not many, but they're there. It's a beautiful place. I have a YouTuber I watch.
Pop rock these
Pop rock? Yeah. very slick. Oh, I didn't hear the strings before. That's nice. Boy, orchestration. I think I'm talking too loud now because I'm trying to talk louder enough to hear myself. Which is stupid.
The Halez, Irish band in the alternative area, giving that kind of pop rocky Brit rock vibe, which is very nice. Lovely strings in there. Very slick production and delivery.
Yes, I was very happy with the string section. Nice. What's the word I want? Arrangement.
And it's nice to see a band production-wise. They haven't just wall of sounded the whole thing. Nice dynamics, nice build on it to the end. Yeah, worked lovely.
Very true.
Featured in places, lots of places. They were on the songs behind the music. I always forget how many. It's either 10 songs to watch or 7 songs to watch or something. Featured in a load of. They're on gig music. There's a feature on that website as well. Quite a few places. Doing quite well by the looks of it. And they do the whole thing in a nice little sneaky peek videos all up and down their social media. They're the Halez 101 on all your favorite social medias if you fancy taking a little look-see.
Well, there you go.
I thought so.
All right.
So Rekka, actually, I think we already know with Rekka. Rekka was kind of sung a little bit, and then his wife basically told him to get into a band. Long story cut super short. Super short. He'll tell it in a much more eloquent way.
That was that.
So Rekka, you don't actually have to speak for the rest of the show. No, I'm joking. But what do you think about trained musicians? What's your opinion of trained musicians? Or people that can read music? Is it a necessity? Do you think they're better than us? I can read sheet music, so I don't know why I said us.
What's this us?
Yeah, I would say there's so many levels to music that I would hasten to say I'm not aggressive on the fence or no, I am on the fence. I'm not aggressive either way. I think when it comes to my guitar playing, bass playing, and very, very occasional drumming, very occasional. I've never looked at a piece of sheet music whilst playing those instruments and would never intend to. I learned bass mostly by ear. I learned a few things from reading music from a bass teacher. I basically got taught for the same kind of thing as you, but I got taught for 6 months, and then my bass teacher is just an independent bloke that put an advert out saying I taught bass, and he was like, you're kind of better than me now, so there's no point. I don't see the point in you keep coming to these lessons. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I had like a 45-minute lesson, and the first 35 minutes was going through the book, and writing the notes on the staff and everything. Then the last 10 minutes of it was the guy just said, "Is there anything on the radio right now that you've heard that you would like me to teach you how to play?" That was the part I lived for. I could care less about the mechanics and everything else, but that part where he just said, "Pick a song," and he showed me the chords, that was amazing. I love that part of it. So. I'd say very similar. A lot of pretty much all of my guitaring and bass playing techniques were picked up watching favorite musicians play and trying to mimic them quite a lot. When it comes to sheet music, though, I played in the Birmingham Youth Orchestra, so I had to read music. There was no two ways about it. You have to read the music because you have to play the piece. And having a lot of in an orchestral setting and knowing all of the directions, when to get louder, when to get quiet, how to make a whole orchestra work as one organism. Absolutely essential. And I would say that there's not a lot of people in the classical realm specifically that play by ear on stage. I would very much doubt it.
or even learn by ear. It's very much a group activity. Even like you'll quickly learn what order the notes are in, but then you go and sit down as an orchestra and you learn it again together. Just this time, you know where your fingers go. But yeah, it's very much a different style. I wouldn't say one's necessarily better than the other, but I would definitely say if you want to go into certain areas of music, you would have to be able to read music. It's like you wouldn't be able to wing it any other way.
Yeah, that's a really interesting thing for you to say. I of all people, my old doctor was a violinist, viola player here in a local chamber orchestra, and I had the greatest conversation with her one time. I asked her, I said, "Okay, you play classical, right? So all you know how to do is to read the sheet music and play it back verbatim." I asked her, "Do you know how to jam? Like, you know how to wing it? Like if somebody just said 1, 2, 3, go, could you do that?" And she would go, "Not really. We're not trained like a jazz person or like a bluegrass fiddler just to be able to go." You know, it's just, and it's funny. I've worked with guitar players in bands too, where in cover bands where they could learn a song and then they could play the guitar solo note for note. But if you just wanted to jam and just take a solo and go, can't do it. It's not their skill set. They don't know how to do that. Some people can, some people can't.
I mean, classical music and sitting down with that sheet, it's almost very mathematical. So whilst you know what a key is and you can read the notes that play on there, and you could in effect play a scale up and down, to then play that in your own freedom of things is something that's an extra level to think of on top of that. So you're never really in the situation where you would solo in an orchestra. So
right.
I think it's less having the skill set and more never being put in the situation to have practiced and developed the skill set. Is what I think. Because I'd say the first few times where I started even composing my own stuff, and a couple of my tracks here and there have got me playing violin on them. Right. Now, weirdly, pick up a bass, come up with a bass lick. A lot of my tracks start off with either a bass or guitar, and it just happens and it's made up on the spot, and it either works or doesn't. When I came to playing violin parts on it, I couldn't just improv it just right there and then on the violin. Most of the time I actually took out the guitar, figured out the lead that I wanted to play, and then transpose those notes into what I was playing on the violin. But holding it like that, I don't know what it is, but it was weird. It's not necessarily, I mean, I can solo. People have known me to solo or create up things on the spot on many instruments, but when it comes to the more classical ones where I am sheet music trained, it's a bit weird. I don't know how to put it, but yeah, I would not be if someone told me to just go on a violin compared to just go on a bass, we would be in very much different realms, I think.
Yeah,
and that's weird to think of, actually.
Yeah, if you stop and think about it, I suppose. You know what blows my mind is people that can listen to a song, like George Martin with the Beatles, guys who can just listen to like a guitar, bass, drum song, but then they hear orchestrations in their head. And not only that, they can write them out, the string parts, write out the horn parts. So that type of skill, I don't even know how people can do that. That blows my mind.
Yeah. I think I could do that with I mean, repeatedly done it in production, where you start off with a little drum and bass lick and then you build all the additives in. And most of any of the electro tracks, a lot of the ideas that I've done for them literally come up with me. Like I'll have the main kind of 16 bars and the way it's all going to flow out into each part, the drops and whatever, kind of vaguely figured out. Lots of the additions are done with me just humming while I'm walking around the house. Oh, that's a good one. Come back to the studio and tap it in. Now, when it comes to, I can come up with melodies and instruments quite easily. Melodies and riffs and harmonies and what. Choosing the instruments is more difficult.
Oh
I never
yeah,
know
yeah.
which one that I want where specifically, and quite often there's been times where this is the joy of a DAW. To be fair, there's been times where I've had like a high pitched synth and a bass lick, and I just switch them around, and it's like weird how different it sounds. I'm like,
Sure.
oh no, what am I gonna do? Is the bass a bass, or is it a high pitched synth, or is it strings now? Oh, I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
frustrating.
but
Especially when you have like all these synthesizers and stuff with all these thousands of patches. How do you pick just the one perfect sound for that one passage? That still bothers me.
I think often I'll have, especially if I'm coming up with a tune like beatboxing. But beatboxing is a strenuous term in this situation. But when I'm mouth vocalizing ideas, I'd say I tend to have an idea for the main few things, but I tend to approach everything initially as drums, bass, and some kind of lead, either guitar or something, and then expand from there. So I always at least know what those three are going to be, I guess.
That makes sense. I mean, I've said before, I being a one-man band, I could have as many pieces as I want, but I generally try to come up with something that could actually be played, So generally I start guitar, bass, drums, because that could be a live situation, So
I definitely think about a lot of music, guitar, bass, drums, but whether quite often that will transpose into an electro track, and the initial drum, bass, and guitar disappear into the background.
Yeah. I think probably a question we should have asked people. Well, I'm branching off here, but it's not a real tangent, I suppose. But what do you compose on? Especially if you're like a multi-instrumentalist, what is your go-to thing to, just like jam on and get riffs? I mean, is it keyboard sometimes, guitar sometimes? Do you have one or the other? I mean, I know some people play differently on different instruments, I think it inspires them differently. I know for sure I play totally different on keys than I do on guitar for sure.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Taking a little step into the chat box, James Doyle was saying, I think it was more back what we were just talking about, but he's more of a formulator. He goes away and comes up with things and then presents something to bandmates. If someone else plays something, he can compose arrangements around them or guide them to find where to go next or resolve their current section. So that's quite a classical compositional approach to putting music together, which is quite cool. And it's cool that you can take something that someone else has kind of put to and resolve its fifths, as it were, as they say in the game. Which is cool. Onto the instruments. Probably say a lot. It's hard, actually. A lot of keyboard and a lot of guitar, majoritively, unless I'm writing anything funky. Then it always starts off with a bass line. But yeah, if it's anything with lyrics, probably almost always guitar.
Yeah.
If it's anything that is mostly synth harmony driven, then keys.
Okay.
Quite a lot of my early stuff was on keys, but I always started off things with a grand piano sound and then took it apart into layers. So I almost composed something with a grand piano sound that had almost as if I had three hands, and then I'd split those off into single hand driven layers.
I get that.
I go that way.
Yep.
A lot of my early electronica music was delivered in that way. A lot of it. Lot.
I'm such a shitty keyboard player. I do a lot of, I'll play like a single melody line with one finger, right? But then I'll triple track it with two other harmony lines, right? So like you might think I'm playing it all in real time at the same time. I'm not, but it sounds like I am, because I figure that's why I have the studio. I could cheat, Otherwise, mostly my keyboard is like really ham-handed. I have like one bass note on this side and like a 3 or 4 finger chord on this side. That's pretty much all I know how to do. Otherwise, like actually like two-handed chords, that would that's over my capabilities. Otherwise, for me, it's all guitar. But I do tend to I do compose differently on acoustic for some strange reason than I do electric. I think acoustic makes me play differently or something, or phrase differently.
I think it's just an easier thing to like grab and just go. Like if you've got an idea down, it's a good and easy way to just get an idea out as well.
Yeah. I got to ask a question here, James. Like, do you ever like record a demo for the other guys in the band and like play that for them so they can kind of hear what you're thinking, like a rough mix of what you're coming up with, or do you just kind of show things on the guitar? I'm just curious. Like being an old guy, I always think about like the Who. Townsend would like record like an entire rough demo of the song he had in his head and play it for the rest of the guys so they can go, oh, okay, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You know, that type of thing.
I've been in both situations, both making and receiving ideas, and the good thing about recording something, even though some people come across as there's a little bit full of yourself, just bring a track and tell us all to play it. Some people don't like that, but it is a lot easier than being like, and then the guitar kind of goes one chicka,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a lot easier than trying to just describe stuff, especially again. This is another thing that is useful if you're in a full band full of people that can read music and know music theory, to be able to go. And then you play a D minor scale that goes up but misses out the third. And, you know, you can literally tell people exactly what notes to play and how to play it, you know, 2 staccato notes on an 8th crotchet. And, you know, you can vocalize that a little bit easier than if you don't know those theory or no one knows that around you, and you have to be like, yeah, it goes chicka chicka wow, chicka wow.
Yeah. All right.
You know, and I've known whole songs. We noticed this quite a lot in college, and there'd be lads that would come with ideas for a track and they'd start vocalizing the different licks, and we get the track down and he's like, oh, that's exactly how I want it. And then he goes to sing and realizes his vocalization have been like 8 tones lower than he'd initially done it in his bedroom, and now he can't sing over it, and now we have to transpose everything that everyone's done up.
That is such a classic thing. There's been a lot of times I've written stuff that when I go to sing it out loud, I'm like, well, shit, this is too high. I can't do this. That happens a lot, I think. You know?
Right, almost at our second third of the way mark. I think we should have another piece of music, because I know ALC is going to want to log out of her work thing, and I need to open a window because it's boiling in here.
Oh yeah, it's actually cooled off here. It's like in the 50s for in Fahrenheit. It's like fall. It's like fall weather right now today. It's been fantastic. Okay, you ready? Here we go. The next track is called "The Green" by Honeybadger.
Do you want to log out? This equipment gets hot.
Yeah. No, people have been complaining here. It's actually cold. I love it, man. It's great.
It reminds me of some of the old swampy rock we used to get.
Well, to me, it reminds me of the Doors, which I know is before your time, but Guy really has a Jim Morrison vibe on the vocal.
I've heard Jim Morrison.
Yeah,
probably couldn't tell you a track from the Doors.
I was the one kid back in school. I hated the Doors. God, I couldn't stand it. Everybody else is going, "These guys are great." I'm like, no. I didn't get it.
I didn't miss anything. No.
You didn't miss it. You didn't miss anything. Yes, in grand tradition, I am doing laundry at the same time I'm on the show today. So there you go. Go me.
At the same time, when you've just got like a washing bowl and a scrubber and you're doing it with your feet.
Oh, no. I'm gonna beat him on a rock outside by the river. You know. Take me to the river. Yeah, that's it. Oh man, the Talking Heads. Last night I got bored, so I started looking up the serial numbers on my guitars to see how old they are. It's really interesting. My number one Strat Goldie is 28 years old.
Yeah, he's young.
That's nuts. And then my black Strat Blackie is supposed to be 38. I highly doubt that, but that's what the serial numbers say. Scott's Telecaster is 14 years old. Kind of interesting. I've been debating for show and tell if the guitar players out there would be interested if I started featuring a guitar back here every Wednesday and hold up. Here's this. This is how old it is. This is what it does in the studio. This is, if anybody would like that. I don't know.
That's interesting. I mean, we could do instruments. I've got quite a few instruments.
I think we should do that maybe.
Do an instrument.
I'm at least good for 12 weeks.
I'm probably good for 12 weeks. Just about.
Yeah. I'm not going to haul the synthesizers up here, but
some of my instruments need a little bit of TLC, mind. But that was the Green from Honeybadger here on XRP Radio. Nice swampy, rocky, swampy vibes.
Yeah, swampy.
I don't know. It's there's quite a bit of that music about, and that's what I just feel. It's like very swampy and like messy and muddy, but like good. Like it's not overly tight and overly produced, perfect. Like the beats are all in, they're playing perfectly, but the sounds in between are just nice and swampy and messy and muddy and gritty and yeah.
They're not quantized, folks.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say like they're tight. I reckon it's just like the actual physical sounds being like, there's a lot of noise in there and it's all, I don't know a better word than swampy, and I just want to keep saying swampy over and over again. It's swampy, goddammit.
It's swampy, man. It's funny.
There was a band a while ago that dubbed themselves Swamp Rock. I wonder if they tagged themselves Swamp Rock and I can find them.
Oh, hell, Swamp Rock was done back in the 60s, man. That's old hat. If you want Swamp Rock, you want Dirty Dan and the Mud Puppies, pal. That's Swamp Rock.
Oh, well, no, that's just rock made in a swamp.
Cooking alligators out in the bayou. It's like, man. Oh, funny, getting back on the topic a bit, I knew a fella in high school that was a guitar player, but all he could do was read, okay? And it was so funny. He could play the notes and stuff, but he was very robotic. I mean, he didn't know how to bend into a note. He had no vibrato. He didn't know how like to slur up or down into the next note. He had no sense of big fluid, It was like listening to a robot play the guitar. I mean, the notes were very correct, but no feel. And there's the mystery word for this week, kids, feel. I mean, you can read the notes and the dots on the thing, but do you have feel in your playing? Do you have soul in what you do? That's the secret sauce, I think.
I'm 100% agree with you, minus one little like 0.01%, because I just remember the certain feeling. I've seen some of the playouts of the official Final Fantasy Orchestra doing some of the songs from the some of the big famous Final Fantasies. I've also been in orchestras where things just come together as a big orchestra and a big organism, and my God, there's definitely feelings there. Definitely all of the feels.
Well, there's power there. Now, I have seen actual live I've seen the Minnesota Orchestra.
I've seen orchestra people in orchestras cry whilst they're playing because it just everything's just that.
They get it.
Yeah.
I get that. I mean, to be fair, I'm not exposed enough to that type of music to really feel that, but I totally understand what you're saying.
So very good.
Yep.
I enjoy it. Was an enjoyable experience both watching and being in those things. But yeah, I'd say there are a lot of bands out there that how do I put it? You especially some early college/school cover band start. The first band in the school that does well, in my case, as you know, it was all like some 41 Blink-182 kind of covers that most people were doing in the colleges and whatever. Green Day as well. And yes, they can play the song note for note and they sound very much like them, but like they haven't got that stage performance down yet, and they're just standing there still in front of mics. And every tone and everything is correct, and it's played at the loudness and the quietness at the right times, but there's just something missing. There's something missing there. They've recreated, not something else that I can't think of the word for.
I know.
By the way, me and Craig really tired today. Really.
No, I think. Well, I shared that AI thing with you before we went on the show about how we have. Was it playful banter? Is that what you and I have?
Playful banter.
Is that how it was described?
And I'm the band leader.
Yes, sir. You're the leader of the band. Apparently now we're a band
that can't read sheet music.
Right. So apparently now we're a band, and Tizz is a band leader, but he can't read sheet music.
Just to elaborate for people that are quite confused by how that got here, Craig used Meta AI to describe Craig and Tizz, was it?
Yes.
And these are some of the highlights that we got.
Yeah,
I'm the leader of the band that can't read sheet music.
Was there playful banter? It's in that one messenger I sent you.
I'll have a look.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, I don't think it was playful banter, but it was something. Oh, like lighthearted debate. I think we have on this show.
I've lost it. Oh, is that it? Craig and Tizz are the hosts of the Craig and Tizz Show on XRP Radio. They seem to have a playful dynamic, with Tizz claiming to be the band leader, despite not being able to read music. Like the way the only mention that I have was like a proper knife to the chest. Little backstabbing AI bastard. The show discusses music-related topics like the importance of music theory and songwriting, and features various artists. If you're interested in music or enjoy light-hearted debates, their show might be worth checking out.
Now, I think that's about the most bullshit description of our show. Look, man, it isn't
Wait, no, I got to stop you there, right there.
What?
Because I need to stop the spread of misinformation here.
Okay, go.
James Doyle has just put in, I've never seen anything spelt like that. I think he's trying to say witty banter.
Oh, is that what that is? Witty banter?
He's put, as they say in Brum. Nah. I don't know who in Birmingham is saying that's like that. I lived in Birmingham for 26 years. Like, never had that said to me or said it myself.
Is that like fluffy pussy?
I've seen it like in shows and like
Same
online,
thing.
like witty banter.
Yes.
But I've always thought it was like the Essex, like down south, like witty banter, innit? Have a little bit of witty banter between you, innit? Like that. And like it's not even spelt in Brummie.
Okay, can I?
There's too many T's in that for Brummies.
No, I was gonna say that's such a bunch of bullcrap, because our show is not just about music. We are a multimedia extravaganza. We talk about what happened this week with Craig and Tizz. We talk about what's for dinner. We talk about video gaming. We talk about anime. We talk about other stuff that's not just music. Is a small portion, I would say, of our wonderful tapestry of shit. for lack of a better term.
And you know, the geographic
Challenges?
no, not challenges. Fuck, I had the word and it's gone now.
Damn it! Get some sleep, man.
Oh, I really need that word, and I really need some sleep. Is what I meant to say.
It's going to bother me now.
Geographic. It's bother me.
About like our locations?
No, the things that are special about regions.
You're talking like
it's like an I word. Yeah, kind of. Well, like the not stereotypes, but the the influences? Geographic. No, I hate this so much.
It's the geographic. Starts with an I, huh?
I'm thinking I.
Specifics. No.
I forgot what we were talking about in the first place.
Idiosyncrasies.
Yes. Winner, chicken dinner.
That's why you and I have playful banter, buddy. See? I'm glad we figured that out. Here's the thing. The very idea that we have a show that operates in real time when we're like thousands of miles away from each other is mind-boggling to me.
It is. Do you know what? Like, I do find it weird that I definitely lived through like my years were correctly placed to kind of start off right pretty much at the start of the main growth of technology and grow up with it. Yep. And every stage, so like, you know, when I was 1, 2, 3, we were talking about, you know, original Nintendos, maybe Atari, things like that. I've grown through the majority of the consoles. And because I was young enough, my granddad, both my granddads gave me things like ZX81s and Spectrums to play on before I even touched consoles. So like I grew up with all that. I grew up going from and it wasn't quite in vinyls, but tape, cassettes, mini disc era, all the way through that. So I've seen all this, and like still now a technological change happens in the world. Something new comes out, and I'm still astonished because it's cool. And I've seen the bigger gaps. So even these little jumps and little bits of extra, I don't know. I think they feel bigger to me. I'm looking at the kids now, and they're like, huh. There's no wonder in there anymore. They've already got so much awesome stuff that they've always had from day one. There's no, they're like, you know, if you turn around and go, yeah, me and Craig are doing a show across the ocean. Like anyone over the age of 20 probably will be like, oh, that's pretty cool. Anyone under the age of 20 is like, yeah, I can call my mom. Yeah, like I can FaceTime. I FaceTime my brother whilst I was on holiday in Spain. So who cares? So like, what's you know, fuck it.
No, I get that. Yeah, I just read an article recently about the boomers in my generation. Right? I mean, we started out with black and white televisions, analog telephones, dial telephones. You know, no cell phones, no internet, nothing. Somehow the world worked fine. I've seen laser disc. I've seen CDs, I've seen mini disc, I've seen every generation of video games you can imagine. I've been there for all of them. I've seen jumps from cartridges to discs to, you know, and I'm still excited for more. I'm still super interested in it. It still excites me.
Great. Musically.
Yeah.
What do you think the biggest jumps, well, maybe not jumps, but the biggest, most important developments in technology in music have been, but in two categories: one for music as a whole, and two for yourself as a music lover / creator?
They're going to kind of bleed together.
Okay.
I'm going to say the way music is delivered. You know, obviously we went from, you know, vinyl and cassettes to compact disc, and now streaming, you know, is huge. For myself as a creator, obviously the way we record, you know, I started out with a 2-track reel-to-reel that was my father's, you know, then I went to a 4-track cassette deck, and now I have a 32-track digital deck. And of course we have DAWs now, you know, and I've used all of those. So just the way that we record now. Also for me, I was there for the start of synthesizers. I was there. There was Moog and there was ARP, and that's all there was. There was the two brands, and they were monophonic. When they first came out with a polyphonic synth, and you could play a chord, that was mind blowing.
That was crazy.
Wow, that was just insane. Because otherwise, started out with a mini Moog or something, and that was one note, obviously. So polyphonic synth. For guys like me that were better guitar players than they were keyboard players, guitar synthesis was incredible, especially when it started tracking really fast and really copying what you did technique wise. So there's been a lot of things for me, but all very welcome. I've really embraced all of it. So, yep.
I'd say, like, as a music creator, everyone tends to go for like the ability to create in like DAWs and whatever. I stand by the fact that, because I remember some of the very first recordings of music that I did was on Windows Sound Recorder, where you originally could only get 30 seconds of recording, but if you let it record to the 30 seconds, you could hit record again and add another 30 seconds, hit record again, add another 30 seconds, hit record, and you could go up to 3 minutes 60 for some reason. And I remember that was weird because it turned up as 3 minutes 60, not 4 minutes. Weird little glitch in Sound Recorder. And then you could drag it all the way back to the start and record all in one go. And so I'd sit there, and then I could pull up another recorder on my mate's laptop, play it back to each other, and we'd create, even though it was very shit sounding, so like I could record guitar into one, we could record bass into another, and then we could press play on both of those and record percussion.
Yeah.
And we'd have a very rudimental 3-track recording, but that was on one MP3 that we could then export. And that's how we did a lot of our really shitty demos, when we were just like very basic doing stuff. I think if you're going to make music, you will find a way to make music whatever happens. And somewhat, I do miss some of the, sitting down, the whole process of like having to create these rudimentary ways to hodgepodge your music together. Whereas it's sometimes I'll record something in a DAW and it will just happen, and I'm like, I'm kind of upset that was so quick. Actually, I miss having to do all the stupid little fuckabouts and in the early days where it was me and my one mate, and we didn't have any mic stands, but we had some nice mics, having to balance it off the back of a computer chair to stand just at the right angle in front of the cab and whatever, and loads of stupid stuff like that. I do miss a lot of stuff, but I think like those technological advancements, whilst being convenient and yes, a good thing, I don't think we're that much of a big jump in music creation to a point, because I think if people are going to make music, they'd find a way to do it whatever happens. And slowly everything gets a little bit better and a little bit better. I think the biggest technological leap in music creation was more social media connecting the musicians together easier. I've noticed a lot of friendships are made on, and especially musical friendships are made online, and it has connected people together that have made some real cool music. Just looking at, I mean, Mission Jason is a prime example. Mission in the UK, in center of the UK, and Jason over in Canada. That's quite a big thing. To have to be able to connect to the talented musicians, producers and stuff, to be able to create even or show off their talents is a good way to put it.
Yeah, I agree. I think the one technological thing that I should have mentioned and I totally forgot was sampling. Sampling was huge for me when I first discovered that. I had maybe you guys remember Casio used to make a little keyboard called an SK1. And it has sampler. It was a microphone on top of this thing. You could hit record and you could sample anything and play it back. That was huge for me. I'm like, man, this is great. Because you could get like play like an orchestra on the radio, right? And sample that like a one hit, like an orchestra hit. This is way back there, 80s, I think, when the thing was out. But that was huge, But no, like you were saying, I've met so many like-minded musicians here because of XRP. I mean, I don't know a lot of people locally that do a lot of original music and whatnot, or writing and recording. I've met so many great folks here on this platform, which has just been great for me.
My favorite thing about this kind of social media, XRP, whatever as a whole, is it's given me a choice that I wish I had when I was younger. You know the phrase that you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends.
Right.
That's only true to a point, because I realized growing up, a lot of my friends were friends of convenience because they were local, because they were there.
Right.
And I was bored and I didn't want to be alone. I would hang out with these groups of people, and they were from my school, they were from my area, occasionally, but probably up until I went to college, all of my friends were from Birmingham, full stop, because they were from Birmingham. And I look back at a lot of them in my mind, and they might have changed now, but like with all this choice of all these amazing people in the world that are a lot more like me, would I have ever chosen to hang out with smelly Daniel Chatwin, who smelled like earwax all the time? No chance. Not a chance. I think about some of the people that it always makes me laugh, and it's probably one of the reasons why I get a bit anti-birthday, anti-Christmas, because I look at the people that up until I was probably about 14, 15 years old, that I used to spend my birthday parties with and whatever. And I'm like, oh, I don't wonder what they're doing nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to be horrible, but the internet has allowed us to me and you to become very good friends, even though it doesn't make sense on paper.
No, not a bit.
Which is fantastic, and I think that's a good thing. The other side I was getting onto is as a music listener, and the worst and best jump in technology for all entertainment as an entertainment consumer is the fact that the majority of entertainment is now in effect legally free. Yes, we pay for access to everything. We pay for access via Netflix for movies, but are we paying for those movies? I noticed a lot of kids now, when you're talking about it, I'll be just looking at stuff online, get into a comment thread, and like they'd be like, oh, this movie is like, what? Movies don't cost anything. We pay for Netflix. No one says to pay for we pay for Spotify. So all the music on Spotify is free with our payment to this piece of software, or this app on our phone, or this app on our Fire Stick. When Craig's gone. And Craig is back.
Oh, hi.
You went and you came back?
I didn't think I did. On my side, I lost you.
No, well, maybe we lost each other and came back. That's exciting.
That no, but I was going to say that's a whole nother conversation we should have someday about streaming and owning your media. Especially like in the video game world. So much stuff. People want to collect cartridges and discs and have physical representations of their games, but it is so easy now just to go like to the PlayStation store or the Nintendo store and just download something, boom, digitally. But the thing is, as long as they keep that copy on their side, you can always reload it. But you have to make sure those servers are always going to be up, otherwise those games are lost. I mean, so that's a whole conversation too.
One of the things is upsetting is the world has spent a lot of time making sure that creative entertainment is basically not worth something. Like, as a stock market value, you can't sell a unit of stream as such. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get numbers and you get paid by numbers. So the physical product of music in its entity, once gone digital, it becomes worthless, which is shit. The same with film, with photography, with anything. And what they're seemingly doing now is making more products that are actually, you know, part of something further worthless. The biggest worry for me is, so the way that I used to work, and I realize it's not even viable these days, especially with my phones. I'm holding my phone. It doesn't want to be shown on the internet. But what I used to do is, so ages and ages ago, I saved up till I could get, and well, use birthday presents and things like that to help me out, till I could get an iPhone, because I always wanted an iPhone. And then each year I would trade in that iPhone for the newest iPhone, and trade in for the newest one, and keep trading. And then I could use a pay-as-you-go sim or one of these like 30-day rolling contracts with whatever. And I'm keeping my costs right down, and I'm keeping ownership of my items a little bit now. With the removal of physical products other than for collectors, we lose a very substantial way of saving money and getting more stuff, because you can't trade in a digital download.
No, you sure can't.
And that's been a quite an essential way of me upgrading equipment for a very, very long time. The ability to, when something new comes out, trade in my old one and getting a good chunk off the future price. I reckon there will be a point where the capability of screens alone will be able to cloud stream server banks that are consoles. I mean, we're already seeing it with things like the PlayStation Portal. You can cloud stream your own console to a PlayStation Portal now. It's not going to be long before there's just banks of high level processors, and you don't even buy your console anymore. You'll get access through your monitor.
Oh yeah, like a subscription based service. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and you won't. Yeah, you won't even buy the console anymore. You'll just spend a lot more money on having PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. I want to. This is kind of going backwards a little bit, you guys, but I want to touch on this quickly before we move ahead. I should have said this earlier, but back in the olden days, like recording wise, technology wise, do you think having like less tracks to record on and less sound sources and less options like that, did that make the music more creative or the recording techniques more creative? Because I mean, the Beatles recorded Sgt. Pepper on a what, 4-track? You know, I mean, when you had less to work with, did that make you think harder how to get outside the box and still, you know, reproduce the music you were hearing in your head? Now it's so easy because unlimited tracks, unlimited sound. But back then, you think it made you a better, not a recordist, not the word I want, but maybe a better composer, because you're all of a sudden now you had limits. You know, you had to keep it in the box. You know, you think it made you more creative?
I think it allowed us to realize more that we wanted to push those limits, because even with, I remember the early versions of like Cubase and whatever, and you could only have 16 tracks, like your computer could only handle a certain amount of tracks in the first place. So you're either constantly grouping buses or bouncing down, and then start, you know, you bounce your whole track down, plug it into Cubase, create another 4 tracks and doing stuff like that. And I think whatever boundaries we had there, we found creative ways to get around them. And that's why the future technology made that step easy. That's the one downside to a lot of this technology. It's not giving people because things are that complex now. It's only really smart people can make things do things more. And it's not giving the earlier generations that ability to fuck about and find out. You know what I mean? Just mess around with some stuff, because you can't really mess around with you've got to learn a lot just to mess around with the inside coding of
I agree. Yeah, you can't experiment with it as much.
And yet they have no reason to sit that big again. Like going back to the Windows Media Player thing that I said earlier, Windows Media Sound Recorder, where like I couldn't find another way to record a long piece of audio, and I figured out one day just by messing around that I could make that 30 seconds up to 3 minutes 60 seconds. Weird. Because I really wanted to re-record something. Now that's already been done and everything just has access there. There's not a lot for other young people to have to do that same thing with their shitty sound recorder on their Windows PC, because I'm pretty sure their phone can probably out-record what I used to back then. And I think that's quite an exciting thing to be able to do, and it's quite a shame that it's not there for others now going forward to even want to do. There'll be absolutely no reason for anyone to open a sound recorder that's got only 30-second timer on it. It doesn't make sense. So you're doing this is a shame, that is, actually. I didn't think about that time where you realized the first time where you could bounce, you'd even on a reel-to-reel bounce a load of tracks onto one track and then get your other 3 tracks remaining to go forward again and just keep bouncing down. But yeah, there's none of that fun messing around stuff anymore. We just twiddling aimlessly, sometimes twiddling dials to see what happens with them on a VST.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a lot of the fun that I had with Scott, back when we did Third Bridge. So much of that stuff was this experimentation on 4 tracks of tape, to see what would happen, and some really good songs came out of that stuff, but yeah, a lot of these comments in the chat are very good. James Doyle's talking about, with music, you have to have like a video or a personality and engagement, interaction with your fans and whatnot. That's a whole different thing than back in my day. You just release stuff blindly and hopefully someone listened to it. That whole piece now is just.
I do find it a shame on that note that technology in stage performances has come on that well that, you've got these bands selling fucking tickets for £250,000 or whatever. Not £250,000, £250 for one ticket rather. So there probably is some selling them for astronomical values in boxes and whatever.
Yeah.
But like it has detracted from the smaller venue because the smaller venues can't give that wow and craziness. And again, I think this easy access to very large amounts of very glitzily produced media turns people away from going into Dive Bar and seeing Benny and the Boys play their latest set, which is a shame.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Well, then the show, we've had this conversation before on the show about, you spend a lot of money to see a band live and the drummer hits return on the laptop next to him and that starts off the audio track and they just play along to it. Well, I paid money to see musicians actually play live instruments in front of me, not augmented. I want to see the real live situation. And that's, to me, it's a cop out, but that's just my personal opinion.
No, I understand. I've just looked at the time and we've jabbered on for ages. I want to play some Wrecker and James Dore because I've been chilling with her.
Let's do that.
Oh, you want to do that? I queued up the next 2 tracks, to be honest with you, first, and then we can do that.
Okay. The two on my list, you mean? Okay.
That's it.
These next 2 tracks, back to back, I assume?
Yeah. We need to catch up a little bit.
These next 2 tracks, folks, are Bellissimo by Rockin'em and Don't Go Joe by Rich Chambers.
Oh,
Bellissimo, you are to me. Bellissimo, you just can't see.
I was expecting it.
Bellissimo, with all your charms, I want you here in my arms.
Bless you, sir.
You look like you've been torn from the pages of a glamour magazine. Bellissimo, the world can't see. Bellissimo, you belong to me. You look like you just stepped off a Hollywood movie set. And if you've been folks at all, and I ain't found them yet. Bellissimo, you are to me.
I love that.
Bellissimo, you just can't see. Bellissimo, with all your charm, I want you here in my arms. Since the day you was born, you look like you've been torn
Oh,
from the
fantastic.
pages.
I thought some basses at actually double bass.
Oh yeah, stand up for sure.
Bellissimo, you are to me. Bellissimo, you just can't see. Bellissimo,
Actually kind of big.
with all your charm.
Kind of a big thing. 600 shows in JLL.
Really?
Played some of the most prestigious festivals across Europe.
Well, that's cool.
Bellissimo, Rockin'em here on XRP Radio. We were going to do a back-to-back, so we'll continue doing that. Just, you know, it's the instinct that I was on about earlier, Craig.
Yes. Oh yeah, Eden Banks' new track. I've heard that. It's pretty good. I don't think it's up on XRP yet, though.
I just don't understand what happened to our home. You told me it wasn't what I said, so I'm thinking it must have been something that I did.
You know, I think so far we're doing a pretty fair approximation of staying awake.
Just about.
Yeah.
Just about. I'm finding it hard to focus on more than one thing at the moment.
I'm
It's
sorry.
quite difficult in this season. I have to focus on one thing.
We should get some help from our producer.
She doesn't know about it.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
She can host the main part of the show in the same chat, but when it comes to the video stuff.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, it just can't end this way. There has to be some way that I can make you stay. Oh no, don't go, Joe. You just can't leave me on my own. Oh no, don't go, Joe. Please don't leave me alone. Don't go, Joe.
60s classic rocky vibe.
Yep.
He's from Canada.
Really?
He's Canada's own Rich Chambers.
He knows Dewey.
Oh, this is interesting. Rich Chambers makes recordings in a new way that joins old methods with today's ideas. How fitting for the show.
Fits right in.
Oh no, don't go, Joe. You just can't leave me here on my own. Oh no, don't go, Joe. Please don't leave me alone. Oh no, don't
Little quote from an article he's got. I continue as an artist because I truly care about what I do. This might seem simple, yet it is key. In the music world, one needs refusals and setbacks. You must discard them and work on your music. Loving what you do is the only way to stay committed. I love music, so I continue.
Very well said.
Rich Chambers, Don't Go Joe, wrote, recorded, mixed, and mastered that track alone. That's quite impressive. Rich Chambers from Canada.
Yep.
There we go.
Very
Good
nice.
stuff. Before that, you heard Rockin'em with Bellissimo. They're actually quite well established band. They've been rocking the stage since 2008 with over 600 shows under their belt. They've played some of the big festivals and venues across Europe. They're going to the theater with an Elvis show. They're going to they're Rockin'em turned into Hawaii and in Spain. They've been invited to perform a bonus show whilst performing at the Screaming Festival in Spain. They were asked to perform a special show of Hawaiian music at the pool party.
Wow.
So, yeah, cool stuff, man. Well done, Rockin'em.
Impressive.
Yeah.
James, reminds me that the 90s was a long time ago. Yeah, I hear you, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Don't do the old thing. I've had it enough.
We're not going to fall into. It's very easy for Craig, being the old guy, to fall into the old guy trap. But I will not.
But like you've done the middle age bit. Like I'm definitely feeling middle age now. I'm just like, ugh.
Well,
where did all my sprightly jumps and my legs, and where did this come from?
I'm trying to make myself feel better by telling myself 68 is middle age. I think it's working so far.
I mean, well, you never know. I mean, you're
an old guy.
You're the new generation of granddads. You know, you could go on to live to way older.
My daughter gave me till 93.
See, like see, I'm thinking like my grandparents, bless them, died recently, kind of between their 70s and 90s in that kind of area.
Yep.
Now, you're what, 20 years odd younger than that.
Yeah.
Not dying. So you've got at least to like 110.
Well, that's kind of pushing it, but okay. I could always have myself cryogenically frozen or something, I suppose, but whatever.
Yeah, I reckon you've got like I'm looking at all this well, like now my my parents' age people. You're the same age as my dad, about, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
He's older than you, in fact, isn't he?
He is.
The
Bogman is older than me.
Granddaddy Bogman. And I reckon they've got a good while left on them. They keep saying no.
That's what you do.
That's old people for you. I remember I've only heard old people go, yeah, we won't be around that much longer. And
we do. We all
forever.
Yep. No, I say it all the time. When you get about a certain age, you're always, well, I don't know how much time I have left, but yeah, we all do that, man. Yes. But according to you,
I don't know how much time I've got left.
Well, who does? You get hit by a bus when you're tomorrow, I mean, shit, right?
Don't worry about that. The only reaun why you have to think about that is if you were going to, like, if you intended to commit to something that was going to take you 10 years. You know what I mean?
Well,
I remember when my parents were first talking about moving to Spain. I reckon they might, but they're over there now. I reckon they might finally buy a house this time, right?
Okay.
But like, I remember in there earlier, and they're like, "Well, what's the point? We might only have a few years left." And it's like, so you won't, so do it now, so you've got some time to enjoy it.
To be there.
Like, what's the point for only 5 years or whatever it's like? Because then you get 5 years in Spain. The alternative is 5 years in Birmingham. Use your minds,
right?
Yeah, like if you got anything, this is to you as well, Craig. I said the exact same thing to my parents. Like, forget everyone else. If you need to go and do something, there's something that you need to do. Just go and do it. No, it's to everyone in the world. Just go do it. Get it over and done with. Stop worrying about it.
There's no reason to wait. I mean, I think I told you I had that midlife crisis about, what was it, like a year ago, where I said, why do I keep collecting video games and movies? God knows how much longer I'm going to be around to play them. I thought that was so stupid. You're alive right now, dummy, so I'm not stopping.
You're alive right now, and you still don't fucking play them.
Oh my God, you and my son, man. I swear to God, you guys like, are in cahoots or something.
You must have known it was coming. Come on.
I didn't. I thought you would have gave me a pass on that one, being my good friend, but apparently not. But that's that. There's that playful banter again.
Oh, Rekka, I am so sorry. Rekka's just come up. My good lady wife hit me with a reality check the other day. He happened to mention that his hair was now as long as it was when he was a teenager. And she said, that was 40 odd years ago.
Yeah, bang. I will tell you, when I was a kid in high school, I had hair down to my actual belt. That's how long my hair was back in the day, back in the 70s.
Whilst we're chatting, the next back-to-back is going to be some James Dore and some Rekka.
Yes, we should do that.
If you both pick a piece of music whilst we're chatting, when we stop chatting, I'll make sure it's music that we play, so I don't actually have to make a decision. It's easier that way.
Yeah. What do you guys want to hear out of from yourselves?
But yeah, too many reality checks recently, to be honest with you. Mostly physical, actually. I don't know if I mentioned, but I got a new set of specs. And they've got to the point where the lenses are now thicker than the frames that they sit in. I've been waiting for that point for a while. My last pair were like just on the edge. And then they did this. I got the one thing that I knew was going to happen between kind of 35 and 45. They turned around and went, "Yeah, sorry, you're not gonna have 20/20 vision ever again." And I'm like, "Ah!"
I know. It's funny you say that. I have an eye appointment, a routine eye exam this Friday, and you'll complain to the eye doctor, and the first thing out of their mouth is always, Craig, as we age. Oh God, I hate that line.
Well,
as we age.
No one told me about these floaters in the eyes.
Oh boy, yeah. I hear
no
that.
one told me. Like, the main reason why I thought, right, fuck it. I mean, my vision was blurry anyway. I knew I needed another prescription sorted out. But I was sitting there. Like, whilst I've been knocking doors, quite a lot of the doors in the UK are these white UPVC doors. And especially when it was bright, I'll be standing there and I'm like, I've got all little scratches and lines in my eyesight. And I was like, oh, that's probably bad, probably. So and I thought I was going to sit down in the optician's chair and they'd look into the back of my eyes and go, "Oh, you've got some scratches on your lenses or something." But he went through and it's like, "Yeah, your vision's got worse, but everything's fine." And I was like, "So there's nothing wrong with my eyes?" And he's like, "Why did you sound surprised at that?" And I was like, "Well, to be honest, I've been looking, like, I'll work canvassing. Quite often I'm looking at white doors and I see all these little things." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, that's just floaters." And I'm like, "What are you on about? That's just floaters." And he's like,
Everybody
"Oh, yeah,
gets them.
you'll get a few more of those. It's your collagen detaching from the back of your eye or something like that." And I'm like, so what? I'm gonna get squiggly black lines just all the time now. And he goes, well, yeah. And I'm like, why has no one told me about this? Why is this a thing? Like, I'm just gonna have really annoying lines and squiggles in my eyesight forever. And he was like, "Yeah, I mean, they get a bit worse." And I'm like, and he's saying it such like blasé matter of fact. And I'm like, what? I had no idea that this was a thing. Like, so these lines and squiggles in my eyes are going to get darker lines and squiggles. And it's like, yeah, but like, your brain just tells you not to notice them. And I'm like, my brain is not telling me not to notice things.
I know.
Like, I know. They're definitely there. Sometimes I kind of ignore them. But as soon as like I'm looking at a lit up light block of something, like a white wall, or up at the sky or whatever, they're fucking there and they're really annoying. I thought it was either going to be like, oh, you've got some hair stuck to your eye. You've got a scratch on there because the cats have scratched at my eyes before,
right?
Not accidentally. Usually they'll be on my chest and they stretch out and they catch my eye.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like something like that have happened. But yeah, I didn't like it.
I just got a text from Connie. She says, "Remind Tizz that you have shelf warmers." Shelf warmers are what my son Jacob called my video games that have been in the wrapping for like the last 5-6 years. He calls those shelf warmers. So she said to make sure I mentioned that. So I never told you guys I've had cataract surgery on both eyes. And that is incredible because when they do that, obviously they don't do them both at the same time. They do the first one, then they give you like a 2-week period before they do the second one. And the most bizarre thing is when you have the new lens in one side and the old one in the other, and you see how fucked up your vision was, because you can have a difference now. Like, you're looking through this layer of like yellow shit, and that was your normal vision, right? You were used to that, Then on the good eye, you're going, my God, everything is colorful and detailed. And so, yeah, cataract surgery, thumbs up, man. Loving it. I don't have floaters as much anymore neither after that, but yeah, it's coming for you guys probably. That's why I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. But yep.
Is there anything else that I've not been aware of?
I don't know. Sore feet. Sore
Oh,
knees?
no. I mean, I walk
I know you
21
do.
miles every day minimum.
Uh-huh.
So I've already got the sore everything.
We just finally got
Everything.
back. We just finally got back to our gym routine this week after being off of that for about 3 weeks. And buddy, are we sore? Because the legs are like, ow. But we'll get stronger now and get back to it. But yeah, the leg thing and the knee thing.
I've only recently started doing that. It is because of the canvassing on a Thursday, Friday. I never thought I'd do this. I thought I was quite sprightly, especially with my back and my legs. I've always walked a lot. It's nothing new to me. I don't have a car. I never have had one because of the epilepsy. So, like for ages, I have always walked as much as possible. Don't really like spending money on transport if I can get away with it. So I've walked from the center of Birmingham home, like hour-long walks when I was a kid, just because after a gig, because I wasn't spending money on the bus. That kind of stuff doesn't bother me. But like I've started now, especially on a Thursday and Friday. It's only recently, and I go there.
Oh yeah, where you can't straighten up.
And my feet. Oh my days! Like I'll get through work, not a problem. As soon as I put my feet up. Every time I then go to stand up, at my feet, at my feet, at my legs, at my feet, ow, at my feet.
I know I've told you this story every time we do the show on Wednesday, right? After when I first get up out of my chair in the studio to go upstairs, it's like, oh God, I can't straighten up, and it's horrible, man. But anyway, we should probably play some music from these guys, huh?
Yeah, I've got James's serve. Did Rekka pick one?
Not that I saw.
Well, pick a track, record. You've got exactly 1 minute and 53 seconds because that's how long the setting sun is from James Doyle.
Yeah, what do you want to hear from you?
What do you want to hear from yourself or from anyone else if you want?
Yeah, whatever.
Wait, you don't have them. The optician said, I was about to say the dentist said them. The optician told me that I'd always have them. It's floaters for life. When she got the floaters, it's floaters for life.
Yeah?
Like, because I've had the same ones in the same places for like 6 months now.
Okay. Yeah, that's just an unavoidable condition, I think.
James is saying his floaters have gone away, though. I want my floaters to go away. I don't want them in the same. There's this one long one in this eye.
Flying missiles, atomic bombs, and the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah, ask him what his secret is.
I reckon he injects Halez.
This has been a lot deeper conversation today than I was expecting. It's good.
Attention. Any emergency has been reported in this building. Please cease operations and leave the building utilizing the nearest exit or fire exit stairway. Do not use elevators. Repeat. Do not use elevators. Do not use elevators.
I hate elevators, I agree. Record just got his in time, just in time. It's the thing that I always find fun. Quite often in real life, I will meet the people behind the band.
Yeah.
And then initially, I never know what to call them because I've called them by their band name for so long, and there are more members.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see where that'd be a little strange. Like you meet Alan and you go, "Hi, Wrecker, how's it going?" Yeah.
Such an awkward feeling, something to believe in. Now
You threw it all away. I can see right through your lies.
It's cool, isn't it? We need to get there.
Yeah. No, somebody has to write a song about floaters.
I don't think we'll get the songs that we expect if we ask. Actually, Mish isn't here, or
yeah, that's true.
3 tracks, 11 minutes. We might get away with it. Might get away with our big talk in the middle.
Oh, I don't know. What do we have left?
Yeah, 3 songs is just like 12 minutes.
We haven't had much of our usual segments. But that's okay. The conversation's been good.
I tend to try to leave the close right at the end just because Record doesn't play games. I think we should change the name of Geek Time to Record Don't Play Games.
You probably should. Oh, I was going to tell you after last Saturday's tag show that I figured out that I think Mish Happenings is the new Trend Laser. or he's Trend Laser in a mask.
He probably is.
He might be Trends.
No, I'm 90% sure Trends is the name.
Because everything was, fuck this, fuck that. That's great.
The difference is, like, Trends had an actual problem with everything.
He
and
really
purposely
did.
antagonized it. Mish is
really
just
did.
wanker.
Well, that too.
Mish is the kind of person that would put, if you're allergic to peanuts, you put 1 peanut in the middle of a share of it.
Probably.
I reckon Mish used to, like, when he was in school and he'd get a plate of chips, he'd lick all the chips so no one else could have it.
Well, he was that kid.
I reckon he was that kid.
Yeah.
Apart from his Mish, though, he probably did something much worse than the chips.
I don't want to think about it.
I knew a kid that used to, little kid, Chris, and like people used to just walk past him and be like, "Here's a chip," and he got that wind up. He ended up loving chips doused in vinegar because he just absolutely doused them, so no one else would like them. And I remember at the start of the year, I'd see him eating that, and he'd be like, end of school, he was like chips and vinegar man. Like everywhere he was, he'd have to have vinegar. Stupid amounts of vinegar.
You know, I'm reading the chat box here. Is this a bad thing that I don't know who Stan Bush is?
I have no idea who Stan Bush is.
Oh, good. So you're in the same boat I am then. Okay.
I mean, I don't know who many people are there. So.
Well, you're supposed to know because you have your pulse on the music industry. You have your finger. You have your finger on the pulse of the music industry.
Oh, I don't.
I don't know shit.
I have my finger on the pulse of things that happen in this little bubble that is XRP. That's about it.
But in the world, you don't have a clue?
Not a clue. And I like it that way.
I hear you.
You're listening to XRP Radio. I Can't Wait from Wrecker. Just before that, you heard The Mountain Shadow with the Setting Sun. His little interlude track. And it was a needed interlude. Thanks to James Doyle and Wrecker for being part of the conversation this evening. If anyone else wants to be part of the conversation, head over to XRP Radio. Get involved in the part of the conversation. And we might even play your music like we just did with James Doyle and Wrecker. We've got a couple of minutes that we can squeeze some things in. Just about.
Yeah, I think we do. That should be one of our, go ahead.
No, carry on.
I was going to say, you know, the Craig and Tizz Show where your opinion matters.
It does.
It does.
If we don't get other people's opinion, then we can't speak for as long, and then we have to figure out other things to do in the show.
Yeah,
and Wrecker doesn't play games, so he's already fed up with me.
We can't talk about game time because Wrecker goes, I don't play anything. So it's like
Wrecker don't play games.
Wrecker don't play games. That's the title.
Wrecker don't play no games.
I don't pay no. I pay the fool. I don't play. That's the title of the next album. Ricky don't play no games.
Ricky don't play
Like,
no games.
You can take your Mario, you can shove it. Like
I've got Alan now in the middle of some weird American gangster film.
With a Mr. T haircut.
Proper weird. No, not. Don't you know his hair's as long as it was when he was a teenager? 40 years.
Well, that's what his wife says.
We don't play no games, fool.
I don't play no games, fool. I pay the fool to buy my new album.
What games have you been playing though?
Oh man, what am I playing right now?
Yeah, little geek time.
I'm doing Jet Moto 1 and 2 on Sony. Yeah, PlayStation. I am pre-ordering games like crazy. It turns out there's a game called Fast and Furious arcade version that is in the arcades right now and is very cool looking. And there is a port of that coming to the major machines. I just pre-ordered that. And also, if you ever heard of a little game called Ukulele, which is kind of like, it's like, what in the hell is that one game from Rare with the little bear and the bird? Oh my God, I'm blanking on it. Thank you. It's just like that.
Oh, okay.
But it's little double characters like that. But a fantastic. Anyway, they have a remake.
I don't know how I got that. The
I don't know how I got stuck. Bear and the bird. Yeah, but it's called. There's a game called Ukulele. One's Yuka, one's Lele. But now there's one called Yuka Replay, where it's like the next version and all this kind of stuff. So I just pre-ordered that. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff coming. I was gonna get Gears of War.
James got Banjo-Kazooie. I gotta say, James also got Banjo-Kazooie. So it must have been an impeccable description.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I started talking about that, and all of a sudden I realized that my brain totally stopped, and I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, then I ordered from eBay. I've got one of my vloggers had what he said was a top 10 PlayStation 1 wrestling games. And he said that the number one game was SmackDown 2 for PS1, and he showed it. It looked great. So I found that on eBay, so I got it for $10 coming. So that's what I've been doing game-wise. How about you? What are you up to?
My little kickback at the moment is playing Battlefront 2, the classic version.
Oh, yeah.
Conquering a galaxy over a couple of nights. A nice little easy thing. You can pick it up, do a couple of planets and then put it down. It is convenient. Nothing too exciting there. I've played it that many times. I don't lose on it anymore. It's unfortunate that the Conquering the Galaxy, you can't really up the difficulty level that much on it. So yeah, once you're good enough to never lose, it does. I start doing things like trying to. There's lots of checkpoints, and you'd usually go for the first checkpoint and then push the enemy back. So I try and run all the way to the back checkpoint, and I pincer move them, which is a little bit more difficult because you're running against time and the amount of garrison. So, but that's my main play, really at the moment. I did download. Oh, what's it called now? I'm gonna go and have a look. I think it's Humanly, maybe.
Humanly.
It was one of the monthly games. It's like it's very much like Civilization.
Oh, okay.
One of those history strategy games where I've always been a fan of a game that has like upgrades and progressions, and I always liked in Civilization, to be fair, you started off as the tribes and you became like Romans and then military people, and the cities changed as you expanded and whatever. Or even going back to like original Command and Conquer and Warcraft, where you built buildings that unlocked other buildings and stuff like that. I've always been a bit of a fan of that style of game. So I checked it out, and it was the most confusing fucking thing on the planet. I mean, Civilization, honestly, quite confusing to play. There's a lot of button combinations if you're playing it on a console. It's much easier just to play with like a mouse, admittedly, but I don't mind playing it on the console. Civilization worked on the Switch. I played it on the Switch for a bit. Did work. Fuck. It's a great looking game, and it looks like it does all the things that I want, but to play it is just a headache. It hurt my brain to play. I played about 20 minutes of it, and I was like, why did you put this as a PlayStation monthly game? You horrible people. I don't like it.
I think the last 3 were not that great, if I remember right. And I think the ones right now aren't too hot either for September. I'm sorry, what are we in now? Yeah, September. I am half asleep.
Yeah. And I've been looking at getting Triangle Strategy. That's another Square Enix game. I do like my Square Enix storyline. It's one of those. It's an RPG, but one of these tactical battle-based ones. I don't know if you've ever seen Final Fantasy Tactics.
Sure, I'm aware of it. You bet.
Yeah, so it's like all the battles are like quite big war strategies. You have a big grid and you move your players like a certain amount, and they can do a certain amount of moves and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And I tell you what, Final Fantasy Tactics was epic, but you need a lot of time for those games, which I really don't have.
You don't. Yeah, you're out there pushing. You're out there pushing milk.
You're out there pushing milk.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta make a major announcement here, not to cut you off, my friend. Record did play games.
Did play a bit of Red Alert, Command and Conquer. You know what? That was my I loved Red Alert. I loved it. I played that and Warcraft, but like not World of Warcraft, the original strategy one that was like Command and Conquer. And I tell you what, I even crank them out every so often now. For anyone that wants to know, there's a website called Play Classic .games. I'm going to put it into the chat box now.
Okay.
And you can play. Is it this? You can play so many original games, very well ported, and you can save them as well within your browser.
Cool.
And like it has the original Command and Conquer, the original Warcraft, Heroes of Might and Magic, the Oregon Trail, all the original Sonics, Prince of Persia, the original Civilization, Three Ninjas, Star Ocean, Yoshi's Cookie. I'm just reading stuff out at the top. Everything. Mario teaches typing, Legend of Zelda, Rayman, Jungle Book, the Turtles. Basically, all those old MS-DOS Windows games, Genesis games, pretty much every NES and SNES game that's ever existed.
I gotta look at that.
And it's all completely free to play. They've all just been ported online.
Did you ever play StarCraft back in the day?
That was the one where it was all management windows, wasn't it?
Yeah, RTS. Yeah. It was a real strategy. Yeah,
yeah.
My favorite game of all. Go ahead.
Not that one, but I played another online one that was like, was it more? I can't remember. It's very vague memories, to be honest.
Okay.
There's a game that I'm desperate to play that was similar. Deadlock. I can't find anywhere to find it or play it, and I really want to. If anyone could figure out how to get me to play it somehow, I need to play it. It's not the one that you think, though. It's I want to find it so someone can find it for me.
Okay.
Because I want it. It's trying to find the one that I don't want. There's another one that's like third person shooter, but that's not what I want. I don't.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, when you said that.
Yeah, it's like it's a really old game. I had it for PC.
My big game back then for RTS games. You guys remember a game called Total Annihilation?
That's it. That was Deadlock Planetary Conquest. I found it.
You got it. Okay, cool.
If anyone can find me a way to play this on a Mac somehow, or anyone has ever played it, because I've never found anyone else that's played it either. And it was my favorite game ever when I was young. I loved it so much. It was so good. And I miss it. And I want to play it again right now.
Hand of Fate. Sorry, I don't remember that game. Oh, no, Record's talking about Hand of Fate. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure what that is.
Wait a sec, James Dole. You know Deadlock. You remember Deadlock? You played Deadlock? You know how I can play Deadlock? Any of these questions answered would be fantastic, because I'm actually excited now.
So you woke
and I
him
haven't
up.
been excited for a long time. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you did a bit. Oh, we talked for too long. We got to play some more music, Craig.
All right, here we go. I'm sorry we're talking. It's supposed to be a music channel, I suppose, music show, I suppose.
Well, it's just
Okay,
because we said we'd play these tracks, so we kind of have to.
I know we have to do that. All right, next track up is "The Sun" by Killian Ruffley.
Maybe we were saying I do to something else that we said.
That's
I
okay.
almost got excited. It's not okay. I want to play this fucking game so bad.
Hey, James Doyle knows what my game is.
Break the silence here. Confusion.
Oh, there it is. It's kind of like a mix of Civilization and Risk.
Okay.
And it's so good.
Point, arms spread, fall back into your bed. Cause where I'm no one's to find.
Yeah, how do we have 10 minutes?
Sunshine is mine. Sometimes I stare into the sun and soak up some of the light. And in that moment there
I shouldn't have
is
looked at this video.
serenity calling
And
out.
the worst thing is, I know the nostalgia is ruining it, and I'll end up playing it, and I'll be like, why do I want to play
Yeah.
this?
The water is now my shelter. The rhythm of the waves.
It is actually on
move
sleep.
me.
Yeah.
I don't have anything closely about it.
This drought in my mouth. Let it take me away, so I can leave this day. Sometimes I stare.
I'm in the sorcerer. I love that, but I like the Discworld games better.
Uh-huh.
Discworld games.
I never played those, but Discworld, that sounds familiar. That's not like Abe's. That's not Abe's. It's not like Abe's Odyssey and that stuff, right? That's not Discworld.
No,
No, it's not.
that's Oddworld.
Oddworld, that's where I'm.
Where I'm no one's to find. The sunshine is mine, where no one's defined. You make your own mind. Sometimes I stare into the sun and soak up some of the light. And in that moment there is subtle serenity calling out to any fool who'll join me.
That's very nice.
A lovely piece of music from Killian Ruffley. Not the first time that we've heard of him, and certainly won't be the last. We've kind of got to do a quick sign off and a back to back, I'm afraid, Craig, because we're right at that point in the time.
Yeah. This was a very good episode this week. Great conversation, great input from the chat people. Just thank you so much for being here. This was a good one.
We like having a wee chat, don't we?
We sure do. Do.
We will be back next week, same time, same place, discussing other things. I believe there might be a topic votey thingy that ALC is creating for us, because ALC has been an absolute wonder woman, because I work every weekday out the house, not in front of a computer for hours upon end. I haven't been able to do the promotion, so every time that I haven't, which has been quite often, and sometimes I have been able, and she's just offered, she's done all the promotion for us, so she's officially our producer.
She is now our producer. So now I have to change the intro song to produced by ALC. I gotta throw that in there somewhere now. So
and also she gets to blame for all the content now.
Yeah, if you guys don't like the show anymore, don't talk to me at this.
Just quickly, what's for dinner?
I don't know.
You don't
How's
know?
that?
What's new?
Long story short, I'm taking out my old surround sound stereo system in my living room and moving over to a sound bar with a wireless subwoofer. I've had big speakers for years. I'm streamlining it, and I'm going to get some nice big shelving instead for my living room and do that instead. So,
okay,
big project.
Sounds
how about
tiring?
It's very. That's my day tomorrow. Is working on my living room. What's new with you?
Really not much, to be honest with you.
It doesn't work every week, guys.
Yeah. What's new? Oh, I mean, we're progressing with the Star Wars table. I kept meaning to send photos. We've got Mos Eisley built, and it has brick lights, and it also plays the Cantina song. It's so cool.
That sounds great.
It's so cool. So we've got to start on the Sarlacc pit. I've realized I've got to get a motor because I found out the Sarlacc pit, the Sarlacc's arms wave, tentacles wave.
I love it.
So I need to get a little Lego motor to make sure they wave permanently, obviously.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the fucking point?
We need some pictures of that.
So pictures coming. It has got to the size where I know I showed you the Falcon and some little bits and pieces. It can't come in here now. So my show and tell might be a few photos on occasion to just show you the stupidity of the progression of it.
Cool.
All right then, until later, it's been a pleasure to entertain you all for the evening. I'm back on Saturday with the tag show with ALC, so come and join us. See you later, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh yeah, we need to say who these are. Who are these, Craig? Who are our next two pieces of music?
This is Sink or Swim by Ellie Walker and the Folly, followed by Take Off by We the Sun.
It's almost professional to the end. See you later, everyone.
Made it.
With some patience, all of this time on your hands. With a focus, finding the lay of the land. Isn't it over by now? You know it's gone on somehow. Oh.
Yeah, dinner is going to be whatever, how lazy I feel. They have to cook something or just throw something in the oven.
I had moussaka before.
Oh, moussaka.
A bit of moussaka.
Frozen beans. Sounds like a candidate. Or maybe some mac and cheese.
Did we tempt you with our talk of mac and cheese? I'm macless and cheeseless. KFC.
Just waiting around. Do you win? Shall we sing or shall we swing? Like a whale,
Bit of a tiny bit of a tango vibe.
I see that.
Yeah.
This is no way, no how. With all the wind in the world, each lady's been called. Oh, the last time we ever let you in, you said, just waiting around. Do you win? Shall we sing or shall we swing? Round and round we go. Spin the wheel again. The last time we ever let you in, you said, just waiting around. Do you win? Shall we sing or shall just waiting around. Do you win? Shall we sing or shall we swim?
I gotta put the bins out tonight. Wednesday is my bin day.
As if my bin day is on a show night and your bin day is on the show night. It's ridiculous.
People seeing that I'm loving it. Everybody knows I'm crushing it. No, there's nothing rushing it now. No, rubbing your face in it. Find it hard to take you serious. I'm starting to get delirious. No, it ain't nothing mysterious. Sound just so far ahead of you. Watch this space, I'm taking off. You'll be the last thing that I'm thinking of. But it's you and covered in my dust. Leave you behind like the rest of us. Honey, lock and look, the time is here. Head is floating at the atmosphere. Thought that I was really deep in fear, but I'm letting go. Wrote this song to put you in a trance. Not another one to make you dance. And not another one about sad and depressed again. Watch this space, I'm taking off. You'll be the last thing that I'm thinking of. Who needs you and covered in my dust? Leave you behind like the rest of them. Watch out! Take out! People seeing that I'm loving it. Everybody knows I'm crushing it. No, there's nothing in it rushing it now. No, I'm rubbing your face in it. Find it hard to take it serious. I'm trying to get delirious. But it ain't nothing serious at all. I'm just so far ahead of you. Watch this space, I'm taking off. You'll be the last thing that I'm thinking of. But it's you and covered in my dust. Leave you behind like the rest of us. Watch this space, I'm taking off. You'll be the last thing that I'm thinking of. But it's you and covered in my dust. Leave you behind like the rest of us.
Well, thank you all on the streaming thing as well for watching us. It's been a pleasure to entertain you all for the evening. We are going to be off, but join us again next week.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.